Yes, I
So-
could tell.
Neutral winds will carry you extremely far. And with Etalus' good whiff punishing, this is a matchup that can sometimes be really obnoxious for Sylv.
Alright, and though it looks like Etalus has pretty good approaching tools by using the icicles to be able to create or prevent them from going high.
Yeah, so icicles can definitely lock you out of jumping. The main approach tool that Etalus uses is when he places ice on the ground, his dash attack goes very fast and is jump cancelable. So you have a ton of combo options off of it as well. Kill confirms, standard BNBs, all that good stuff.
Yeah. And the increases to movement in general can be pretty crucial in a lot of matchups because it just lets you deal with your opponents significantly better in most situations.
Absolutely. Speed is one of the most valuable assets a character can have in basically any fighting game, especially platform fighters.
For sure. Oh wow, and we were seeing Acolyte was managing to pretty much even out the damage there. Because it was a pretty big difference for a while.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes itself. You can take a beating, but he has a lot of combos that just deal a ton of damage. The one thing that is difficult here, though, is that now that Cortex has the armor especially, it's going to be hard for Acolyte to find a kill right here.
Yeah, I can tell, especially because Etalus is one of those really heavy characters. So this is going to make it very hard for Acolyte to get one of these kills here.
Etalus with armor is the heaviest character in the game by a pretty wide margin, so...
Well, it was very fortunate that Etalus did not have armor there.
Yeah.
Acolyte was finally able to take that stock against Cortex.
Cortex is having a really hard time dealing with the jab special right now.
Yeah. We're seeing right now that Acolyte's already pretty much turned it around. Seeing that Cortex likes to go for some very specific approaches, especially with those icicles, waiting for Cortex to come in and then just punishing.
Yeah. Icicles I'd actually say are a little bit less strong against Sylv than some other characters, because Sylv naturally wants to stay grounded, and if you stay grounded versus Icicles, you're open to parrying them, which leaves Etalus open to a big punish.
Okay, so maybe Cortex isn't as familiar with this matchup, I guess.
Might not be thinking of it that way, no. Etalus doesn't just need to use dash attack Icicles to place ice down. You can also use F tilt and up beam. We haven't really seen any of that so far.
But we did see that up smash there, taking that stock, and right now, Acolyte is sort of running away with this, already getting 96% unanswered.
Yeah.
Oh, but finally, there we go.
Freeze. No punish.
And Cortex is going for a lot of these same things as the earlier on in the game.
The random back air.
Wow.
Gonna be stealing that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Acolyte is seeing that Cortex is going for sort of the same game plan throughout the entire game and not really changing it up, and because of that, Acolyte was able to get around it a lot.
Yeah. Definitely getting in the groove right now. We're gonna see if Cortex can figure out how to work around that a bit more going into game 2.
Yeah, especially because when your opponent has that download on you, it becomes a lot harder to really make a comeback.
Yeah. We're gonna have the Wrastor here. Wrastor is another character that has moves that help increase his mobility, making him one of the fastest characters in the game.
Okay.
So that's something that can also help in this matchup as well, because with Sylv being a disjoint focused character, your whiff punishes really need to be on point when fighting him.
Yeah, so that speed's going to make it a lot harder to get those good whiff punishes with that proper spacing.
Acolyte not having too much grass up right out the gate.
And we're already seeing quite a bit better performance from Cortex than in that previous game, but Acolyte seems to be adapting at least somewhat here.
Oh, the random native and neutral. You don't see that very often.
Sometimes you just gotta do it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Was trying to go for a bit more of an extension there, but didn't quite get enough to kill with it. Oh.
The Ashtong gonna be finding the kill.
And we're seeing right now. Wow, very good damage right now from Acolyte there. 37% with only 94% with a stock lead here. So this is going to be kind of difficult for Cortex here.
Yeah, Cortex is gonna need to find the stock pretty soon in order to make sure things stay even. Wrastor is another character that relies very heavily on kill setups and can't really find raw kills easily. So, a little bit more percent in there.
And a very good read there, seeing that Cortex was probably going to try and jump out of that combo, so going for an anti-air. Ooh.
Oh, and the side switch on the down strong.
That was a beautiful parry into a punish.
Yeah. With the way Cortex isn't really parrying the pedal wave, Acolyte could actually just be going right for the B-stash out of jab instead of trying to get these resets.
And we're seeing that Cortex is going for that up B quite often, and it's leaving him punished quite often as well.
Yeah.
So it seems like he's getting very desperate here.
For sure. And I mean, it makes sense. At this point, Wrastor doesn't really have any particularly strong kill confirms. You might still be able to get detail clap, but that's about it.
Okay. Okay.
No, there's the raw clap.
Yep. But 101% on the board with that last stock, and it's just growing as time goes on. This is looking really scary right now for Cortex. And he's gonna take it.
And up air.
Wow, great job from Acolyte there, being able to take game 2, winning 2-0 against Cortex.
Yeah. Acolyte gonna be moving into winners semis. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna be doing our winners round 2 right now, because at the moment none of the winners semi sets are quite yet ready. So the progress is still happening, and just sit tight.
Yep.
And while you're sitting tight, be sure to check out some merch at AMG Esports. There is a store, and if you have a Prime Gaming subscription and you haven't used it yet, you could always use it on us, and it always goes right back into production and the tournaments.
Very cool.
Oh, and if you liked this Rivals content so far, you can always check out Online Olympus 2, because there is going to be a Rivals of Aether tournament as well, and that is in